Hello horror movie lovers, I'm Trenton and I love movies just like you, obviously. So I'm about to go watch A24's Talk to Me in theaters. My expectations are high as they could possibly be because this is my most anticipated movie of the year, so there's that. I probably should try to lower my expectations as much as possible so I don't come back disappointed due to having such high expectations beforehand, but I can't. I'm excited, so let's go.
So everyone's entitled to one good scare.
When a group of friends discover how to conjure spirits using an embalmed hand, they become hooked on the new thrill until one of them goes too far and unleashes terrifying supernatural forces. So I just watched Talk to Me, and did the movie meet my expectations? Yeah, it was pretty good. The first 3/4 of this video will be spoiler free, then the last fourth will contain spoilers. Don't worry, I will give you a warning before we enter spoiler territory. There were a decent amount of characters, majority of them I wouldn't classify as main characters or necessarily important, but I'm gonna go through all of them because each one of them had a decent amount of screen time. Joss wasn't a main character, I'd say he was more the comic relief of the film and a way for our next character, Haley, to have the hand. Haley also wasn't really a main character, more of just a way to get the hand into the hand of the main character, but they were pretty funny as well. Sue, Riley and Jade's mom, was also funny, but didn't really add anything to progress the story, to be honest. She was just there. Daniel also is someone that I wouldn't necessarily consider a main character, really only a love interest. Riley, Jade's little brother, was the youngest of the group and kinda just tagged along with our next two characters, Jade and Mia. Jade, Riley's older sister and Mia's best friend, is pretty much the voice of reason. I actually really liked her character. Mia, our main character, is definitely flawed, but you couldn't help but sympathize with what she was dealing with even when fucked up shit started to happen. The story was unique. It was a unique take on your average possession story, using the hand as a way to contact spirits, but also providing a euphoric feeling to the one using the hand. I will say right off the bat that I wouldn't necessarily call this a horror movie, more of a drama with horror elements, which I didn't mind, but wished I knew before watching the movie. Don't get me wrong, there is horror elements, and the horror elements that are present are really fucking good, but I personally just wanted there to be more. The writing was also pretty good. Certain decisions our characters make are very reasonable and understandable, and there isn't really any inherently stupid decisions made to progress the story unless it's out of desperation and not fully knowing the consequence of said action. I do feel like the movie was very predictable at times, but overall the writing of the movie as a whole and its characters was good. The cinematography was also very good, especially from a directorial debut. Lots of fun creative shots and camera movements. I also really like the lighting and color grading, majority cool tones, which I'm sometimes not the biggest fan of, but I feel like this movie pulled it off really well. And there were also some scenes with warm tones sprinkled throughout. I love when there's both cool and warm tones in movies because they tend to contrast each other really well in my opinion. The effects were really good, obviously. If you're even remotely familiar with Danny and Michael, you know that they are very experienced when it comes to SFX. I was literally addicted to their videos when I was like 10 and still am addicted to their old videos. Obviously this movie is no exception. It's very practical effects heavy and it all looked really good with a couple minor VFX moments that still look good. The tone was dark and depressing. There was a certain hotline that was shown at the beginning of my showing which told me everything that I needed to know, that I should be getting prepared mentally. So with that being said, if you are prone to a specific type of subject matter, I'd recommend doing a little bit of research on some trigger warnings in this movie to make sure you fully know what you're getting yourself into. The pacing was pretty slow. The movie has an average runtime of 1 hour 30 minutes, but it felt like 2 hours. I don't know if I'd necessarily consider the pacing as a negative since I was enjoying the movie the entire time, but it did feel like it was dragging between the second and third act, as well as some scenes I feel didn't really need to be in the movie or be as long as they were. The life lesson that I learned after watching Talk to Me was that if you're gonna do drugs, microdose and don't trust your dead mom. Overall, I really liked Talk to Me. It was very solid, but I will say that if you are planning to watch this movie, go in expecting a drama with horror elements and not a full-blown horror movie. I'm gonna give Talk to Me an 8.5 out of 10, closer to an 8. We are now entering spoiler territory. If you haven't seen Talk to Me, watch it, then come back to the video, or if you simply don't care about spoilers, keep on watching. In this portion of the video, I'm gonna go more in depth with my likes and dislikes about the movie, as well as my favorite scene, least favorite scene, favorite kill, and least favorite kill. Again, we are now entering spoiler territory. First of all, I was fully not expecting Riley to go through as much as he did. Like, I was floored and baffled. Like, what? You should be dead from that. But I was fully expecting Mia to be the one that goes through the most, and she did, mentally, but Riley went through the most physically. He got fucked up. I definitely saw Mia's character arc coming from a mile away. It was just very predictable, but still very tragic. Like, wow, let's go to therapy. I'm just still not over the scene when Riley used the hand for the first time. I just can't. My heart literally dropped to my feet. Like, where the fuck did this come from? Mia selfish ass, like, girl, you know he's only supposed to be using the hand for 50 seconds and can't go over 90, but you were still like, Mom? She's crazy. The head banging on the table, pulling his eye out, and him constantly banging his head on the corner of a ledge had me fucking fuming! Mega fucking fuming! Now, there's only a couple scenes that come to mind when I think of unnecessary scenes in a movie, one of which being when the group of friends go to meet up with a guy at the bus station that got stabbed in the opening scene. Like, that scene literally didn't add anything. He didn't provide any sort of helpful information to maybe stop what's happening. He was like, y'all use the hand? Oh, well, y'all shouldn't have used the hand. Bye. That was like 5 minutes of nothing. My favorite scene would obviously have to be when Riley uses the hand. It was just so fucking shocking and disturbing. I was loving every second. I wanted more of that, and we really didn't get anything as jarring and shocking as that scene for the rest of the movie, which was just I wanted more of that. It's really hard for me to pick a least favorite scene because I don't necessarily have one, but I guess my least favorite scene would have to be the one I just mentioned, the whole bus station meetup that didn't provide any valuable information to our main characters. Now, when it comes to kills, there was surprisingly not that many in the movie. Unfortunately, the body count is actually really low. There's only like 2 actual death scenes, so I guess my favorite kill would be Mia's death. It was very obvious, and a lot of the people in my screening didn't catch on until like 10 seconds into the credits, but when she was standing in the middle of the road and was looking at Jade holding Riley, I was like, yeah, she's dead. I mean, something crashed into the car and it was clearly not Riley, so... But I did like the final shot of the film when she realizes she's dead and was conjured by that random group of guys using the hand, and they were like, I let you in, and she was like, I really like that. I was like, oh my god, like, wow, okay. My least favorite kill would probably have to be the mom's death, I guess, because we know how she died, but it was fully off screen, and there was no way I was going to put the opening kill as my least favorite, and we don't necessarily know if Mia's dad died. So yeah, Mia's mom's death was my least favorite. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos from me, and make sure to hit that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. Alright, horror movie lovers, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.